is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We are LS swapping a G-body, and we had to run to the parts store, so I figured it's a good time to start a video. I should have started earlier, but I didn't, and I've been going through so much, like, in my personal life. I broke my phone, and then I couldn't get into my Apple account, then I couldn't get into my Gmail, so that's why there's been a break in the video. And I've been pushing off this project until I got all of that figured out, and here we are, ready to rip. So I had to go get lower motor mounts for a small block Chevy, and I will explain why when we make it back to the shop. Alright, so like I said, I was gonna start explaining. So I ended up buying a motor mount. These are $30. I'll post the link in the description. And they just bolt on and they're slotted so you can slide them wherever you need. They are same location motor mounts for a small block Chevy. So that's why I bought the small block Chevy lowers. These ones are wore out, or about to be wore out, so I went ahead and bought new ones. And I need to build a little spacer in it. So I went ahead and cut some 1/4 inch, and we're just gonna put a couple tacks on it for now. And then we'll get it put into the car, and then we'll tack the 1/4 inch down. And then once everything is tacked into place, we can go ahead, lift the motor back up and weld them in. The reason that I need the 1/4 is because the oil pan is sitting on the cross member. Otherwise, the mounts work absolutely perfect. I did not need to take them out. I thought I was gonna have to slide them back a hole, but turns out they fell directly into the spot that they were supposed to be in, which is kind of ironic because nothing ever works out like that. We ran into a hiccup, would you believe that? But I'm gonna walk you guys through it, so in case you run into the same hiccup, you know how to fix it. So let me turn you around, and I'm gonna start on the driver's side, which is where we don't have. So I went ahead and tacked the plates onto the motor mount, and then tacked the motor mount in the car where I liked it. And I am currently fighting clearance issues on the oil pan. So as you can see down here, we have all kinds of space on this side. But on the passenger side, I ran into a little bit of a clearance issue. So I got another piece of 1/4 inch plate. I just set it underneath the oil pan. And to get around this problem, I think all I'm gonna do is heat up the cradle and hammer on it just a little bit for a little extra clearance. But I went ahead and tacked this motor mount in where I liked it. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't get it to stay in place. And then when I take the motor out to put the pickup tube back in it, I'm gonna go ahead and hammer that. So I'm gonna take my soapstone, which is just white chalk, and then I will mark that so I know where to heat it up and where to hit it at. It shouldn't take a whole lot, and as far as I know, this is a G-body problem when you're LS swapping. I'm not sure on the rest of them because I have not LS swapped the world like I would like to. But the motor does not sit dead center in the G-body, and I learned that off the small block when I cut the hole in the hood. And that is what I mean by cut the hole in the hood. I went ahead and put a piece of plexi in it, but the carburetor and distributor were offset to the passenger side just a little bit. And from the forums that I've read, everybody else has ran into this problem also. So that's the easiest, quickest way I can think to fix this. If you don't have a acetylene torch, it might take you quite a while, but you could just cut that corner out of it and tack weld it back in. Alright, so if you're working on a customer's car, I probably wouldn't recommend that. But this is just the old hot rod that I'm going to keep around. So that's all we're going to do to clearance it out. And hopefully everything's kosher now. We should be good, but you never know. Hey, we got a surprise package today, and they are the Quick Connect fuel rail adapters. I buy mine on eBay. They're about $13, and I recommend them. Let's see if I can snap one on for you guys. I got to figure out which intake I'm going to use first. So you get a 3/8 one for the supply line, and it's an AN6 line. All you do is take it and slip it past this flare, and it stays on. And then when you need it off, you squeeze the 2 tabs and pull the fitting off, and then the blue clip stays hooked on it, and you can just slip them on and off, super easy. Now, until I decide which intake I'm gonna use, I'm not gonna push them all the way on, but these things are lifesavers. And then you just get the AN fitting hose barbs, and you can push your fuel injector hose on. And they highly recommend fuel injector hose because it's rated for a higher PSI. These recommend 58 PSI to run. I usually grab a 60 PSI fuel pump. But I'm gonna go ahead and weld these up. But first, I got to run home real quick and take care of some stuff, and then I'll get back into this. So stay tuned. This LS swap is not over yet, and we're gonna get into it. I'm hoping to get into that video tomorrow. So bear with me. Thanks for watching, and hit that subscribe and like, and make sure to check back for the next video.